This Southern caramel pound cake is everything a homemade cake should be. Buttery, tender, and baked from scratch with simple ingredients. It has an old-fashioned caramel frosting made with butter, sugar, and evaporated milk. Every slice melts in your mouth. It's good for family reunions, holiday gatherings, and Sunday dinner. Welcome back to Rita's Kitchen. Today I have a wonderful recipe for you for one of my subscribers' requests, and that is how to make a delicious caramel pound cake. So let's go ahead and let me stop talking. Let's start baking. The first thing we're going to do is spray our pan. So I have a 10-inch tube pan. I'm going to spray it with my favorite spray, which is Baker's Joy, which means the cake will not stick to the pan. Okay, well, there you have it. Okay, and let's put it to the side. Now we're going to get ready to set our oven temperature at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so while the oven is preheating, right, let's go ahead and get started with our batter. Okay, so like now we're going to use 4 sticks of butter at room temperature. Make sure the butter is soft. Four sticks of butter is like 2 cups of butter. And to this butter, we're going to add 4 cups of sugar, and then we're going to put it on medium speeds for about 5 to 7 minutes until it gets like light pale and also like soft and fluffy. Okay, let's stop, and we're going to scrape the bowl to make sure all the ingredients are incorporated. Okay, let's go ahead and scrape it one more time. Make sure we scrape down the bottom. And because this was going to make sure, you cream it very well. Because this is what's going to really make, you have some nice soft crumbs. All right, so it looks like it's nice and light and fluffy. So now what we're going to do, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And this is going to get the cake a nice flavor. Make sure we mix it very well. Okay, so we're going to scrape the bowl another time because we believe the flavor has been well combined. Okay, now we add 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay, we have 8 eggs. We're going to add eggs one at a time to the butter sugar mixture and beat well after each addition, about 30 to 45 seconds per egg. And then we'll scrape down the bowl every 2 or 3 eggs. Okay, so let's stop it and let's scrape the side of our bowl because we want to make sure all the ingredients are incorporated. Okay, and then we're going to add about 3 more eggs, and then we're going to scrape our bowl one more time just to make sure everything is very well mixed. Let's put it on medium speed. Okay, stop our bowl, scrape our bowl again. Okay. This is the last one. Okay. And let's scrape for the last time. Make sure you scrape from the bottom. And let's give it about 35 seconds. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is, okay, I have right here, I have 4.5 cups of cake flour that I have already sifted. And I have 1 cup of buttermilk. So I'm going to alternate. Okay. So I'm going to put it on slow speed. Okay. And let's put 1/3, about 1/3 of cake flour into the batter. Okay. And about 1/2 cup of buttermilk. Make sure it's mixed very well. So another 1/3 of the cake flour. And this time I'm going to put all of the buttermilk into the cake batter. Now let's put all of the cake flour into the batter mix. And you let it mix until you don't see any more flour. Okay? And let's stop it because we don't want to over mix it. So what we'll do is we'll, scrape around the bowl to make sure we, don't see any flour. And then we mix it, maybe 35 seconds. Okay, so like now I'm gonna make one last stir to make sure I get all the flour mixed into the batter. And then I'm gonna go from the bottom, make sure all from the bottom and make sure it's mixed. So it seems like it mixed very well. You do not want to over mix it because you want your cake to turn out very well. Now there you have it, it's all mixed very well. Okay, so like now, we have already sprayed our pan. So the next what we're gonna do is we're going to smooth the batter into the pan. Yeah, okay, so I already sprayed my pan. So now I'm gonna smooth the batter into the pan. Okay, we're gonna smooth the batter. Smooth it gently all around the pan. And then we're gonna tap our pan around our pan and get all the bubbles out. Now we're gonna place it in the oven for between like 70 to 90 minutes. And then also until you can put a toothpick or a skitter in there right on it, or it comes out clean. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it in the oven, and we're gonna check in 60 minutes to see how our cake is doing. Like, please don't open the door until about 60 minutes. Okay, so the cake is ready. I checked it and I put the pit in there and it came out clean. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like, and it took about 90 minutes. But also always check your skitter or your toothpick, whatever you have. Check and see if it come out clean and no crumbs or just a few moist crumbs. Then you know it's ready. So like now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it on the side. I'm gonna let it cool, okay? And then as it cool, about 15 to 20 minutes. So let me put it on the side. I'm gonna put it on a rack over here on a rack. Okay, the pan has cooled, so you make sure that the pan is cool enough where you can put your hands on it without getting burnt like I'm doing right now. Okay, so you take a knife and you gradually go around, to make sure that the batter does not stick to the pan. So when you get ready to flip it, you won't have a problem. Flip it over. And also you can go on the inside of this too. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over in one pan and flip it back over on my big plate. Okay, let's see, can we flip it over without any problems? Okay, 1, 2, 3, ready. Voila. Okay, and a little bit in the middle there, but if I had, taken it and went all around it, and it probably would have been much better. But that means the cake, my mom said, anytime when the cake break off like that, that means the cake gonna be real good. So I'm gonna get the big plate. I'm gonna be very, very careful, and I'm gonna flip it over like that, very gently. There you have it. Okay, you have it right there. Okay, so once the cake cool off some more, then what I'm going to do then is I'm going to, we're gonna get ready to make the glaze, the frosting, caramel frosting for the cake. So we're gonna put the cake over here so it can cool off even longer. And it might take about an hour or so for it to cool. Okay, so I just wanna show you exactly what the cake looks like. Boy, it is beautiful, very pretty and round. Okay, it is beautiful. Okay, and it's gonna taste just as well as it looks. Okay, so now I'm gonna get ready to do the frosting, right? So first, you're gonna need, let's say 2 sticks of butter. And I'm turning it down low until you get all the ingredients. Wait till you get all the ingredients in, then you're gonna turn it. Okay? You're gonna need 2 cups of sugar. Okay? And then 2 cans of 12-ounce Carnation Evaporated Milk. So then also you're gonna need a wooden spoon, okay, and you're gonna stir until actually to the butter and the sugar all melt. And this takes about 3 to 5 minutes. And the mixture, will be thin and milky, at this stage. Once all the sugar is dissolved, you're gonna increase the heat slightly to bring the mixture to a gentle boil, gently though. And then you want to stir it constantly. And we're going to be doing this for a while, 20 to 30 minutes. It's going to take a while. Now, do not walk away from the pan because, caramel can burn quickly. So you want to make sure you stir it, so make sure it doesn't scotch. You're going to let it boil because you want it to thicken, so you can be able to pour it up easily over the cake and it be able to stay on the cake. Yeah, and also we want to check it too because we want to make sure that it reaches a certain temperature. It tells when it's done. And that temperature gonna be between 225 to 230 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, it reached that time. It can go up to 240, but we checking. So make sure you have a thermometer. Yeah, and I got this one from Amazon.com. You see it begin to boil there. You want to stir it constantly. So, it's going to take between 20 and 25 minutes. But I'm going to keep on stirring, and make sure it doesn't stick. It will gradually turn golden. Ooh. Now, it's supposed to get like a thick, portable pudding type, where you just pour it over the cake, almost like a pudding. See, as you see, like now, it's getting to get a little bit thicker. That's why I say that you need to have a wooden spoon so you can actually see if it's going to coat the back of the spoon. See, it still hasn't coated the back of the spoon yet. Keep stirring. It might take more than 25, 30 minutes. Like I say, when you see it, it's almost ready. Okay, when you can drag your finger through the coating of the spoon and the line holds clearly. Okay, so can I do that? Yeah, and you got to remember that it's still good as it cools. It's still going thicken as it cools. Okay, and the consistency is like thick portable pudding. Portable pudding. That's what it like. Okay, let's see. In the back of the spoon, can I take my hand? And you see the print still there? Take it off. Put to the side. Okay, here it is right here. And we're going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract to give it that aroma, smell, and taste. Stir it in. Oh, you smell it now. And the vanilla will sizzle slightly and release its aroma. And this is really perfect. Now we're going to let the frosting cool in the pan for about 10 to 15 minutes. But we're going to stir, occasionally. And it will continue to thicken as it cools, Okay, because you want it portable, but thick enough to cling to the cake. So let's sit it here for like 15, let's sit it for 15 minutes, okay? And like I said, stir it occasionally. Okay, I'm here for to decorate the cake because the frosting is warm. You don't want to get cold because it get kind of stiff, right? So for this cake, what I did is I used some parchment paper and then I cut it in little strips like this, and then cut it. And it's just a tip. And I just cut it in little bit of strips like this, cut it in half. And then I'm going to show you what I did with it. And then, just little strips. And I put around the cake so when it start dripping, then and I remove it, it'd be even. Okay, and then you look at the cake now, and you see the little strips of parchment paper around. All I did was just took little pieces like that and lift it up a little bit. And just lift it up just a little bit and slide, the parchment paper underneath it. Just like that. It's just a tip. So when I get ready to pour the frosting over it, It won't make a complete, I say like mess. I want it to look nice and pretty. So anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start pouring over it. You know, it's kind of warm. If the frosting is hot, then you don't you don't pour. You wait till it gets cool. So you just pour it over it, and just let it taste its course. And let it go in the direction that it wants to go. And I have one of these knives, and start going down. So I take and pour some more because I want it to go on the sides too. We're gonna take and smooth it on the side. And we wanna do this before it thickens because we're gonna let it set a while. I actually thought this cake was gonna be big, but this cake wasn't as big as the ones I normally would make. Tend to move it up, it thickens. And and you just keep doing this until it thickens. Also, you can also do it in the middle too. You can make it so it thickens in the middle. And just keep on working with it. And if you want to, you like to, have some pecans on it. All right. Okay, give it a chance. Like I said, 25 minutes to 30 minutes to set. And I'll be back right with you to get ready to taste. Okay, we're gonna cut. Ooh, I kind of hate cutting this beautiful cake. Okay, and let's put it in our, look, see how moist the cake is. All right, so let's taste this wonderful, beautiful caramel cake. Let's taste. It is delicious. And the nice sweetness to it, right? And the cake is nice, and firm and moist. It is really good. And you should try it. Okay? I want to take this time and thank all of my subscribers. And I welcome new subscribers to my channel. Feel free to like and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell for the next recipe because I have a lot to share. So take care, be blessed, and enjoy this beautiful, delicious cake. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.